I don't like how she just gave up like that. It was fun. No. Huh? So what happens next? Hmm? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? She did? I just said that. Wait, so you mean it's Vakwa, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, we proved the possibility that I murdered him. Right? But that's only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You like decisive proof, Mr. Wright? What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. If I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've always said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same question and get the same answers. A waste of time. I don't believe that, actually. Damn! I've come so far only to fail. I don't believe that. Testify again, ho. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. This game is flames. I did not see that coming. Yes, Miss Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Okay, yeah, something now. Thank you. Okay, enjoy the little frick, dude. You catfished me. Your Honor, I request the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see where we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. You gotta think about it. If Edgeworth wants you to testify and you don't want to testify, there's something wrong there. Miss Edgeworth, why don't you see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself? What exactly do you want her to testify about? Oh, well, yes. Edgeworth. Indeed. Verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning that matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He's probably realized she did it too. But wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth? I'm just as stumped as you are. I was Sal in Oldbag, the security lady when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing out Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out to the proceedings. I went back to the chair to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. All I see is about this testimony. Destroy your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, really close. She may be acting tough now. If you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. After finding the body, I was silent old bag that scared when we found the body. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any boys in the costumes, mind you. I'll back off for now. I better leave this one be. I'm sure she'd see through anything I had to throw at her anyway. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. He was asleep. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There's a dead body lying in front of us. Did you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. I can press everything. I'll hold off. You just blow off anything I had to say at her. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, complete silence. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Like you? Edgeworth? Judge? Jury? Silence. Hey, Nick? Why is everyone so quiet? Should do something to lighten things up. I should press her on that. Huh. Tikidate Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Old Bag, the security lady? Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? It's because you saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Back off. Old Bag, I'm pretty sure to bluff anything I'm gonna say. I asked to be left out. Why? You asked to be left out. Yes. Since not everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. That's sus, Queen. But we can't decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. It was nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved. Thus, it covered for us. Covered for you or covered it up for you? There's been a lot riding on it with all those bidwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professional have convinced everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and my direction notes. The script and your direction notes? Wait a minute. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do it have they got stolen. No, I guess not. Back off. I'll back, I think. I'm sure she'll already... Okay, and then I went home. So you weren't questioned? That's correct. I find these things distasteful. I'll hold back for now. I'm sure she is anticipating anything I had to say. I have to find something. Take this on her. Or everything we've done till now will be wasted. I believe in you, Nick! Go get him! Oh, fire! Okay, so now the question becomes, can I press hard and not get in trouble? Okay, what time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I did say it. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. Then stuffing any bodies in the costumes, mind you. Will I get in trouble for this? Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. That's pretty sus. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Sal Manila's help. Oh, what did I just say? Didn't I say I wasn't stuffing any bodies in any costumes? You just try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But boy? The witness will continue her testimony. I thought you were about to get me in trouble. Okay, good. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There's a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, how doesn't really stand out? We often left him on the bus and shooting at locations, no one noticed you. Wow. Poor powers. I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. I merely called the police and Power showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, complete silent. So we just stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. So sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. I don't like this. I really don't like this. This is uncomfortable. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? I'm gonna do something to lighten things up. Security lady old hag agitated, pointing the finger, saying he did it. Old bag, the security lady. Why does the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, Steel Samurai. That's harder. Didn't the detective arrest Mrs. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. He must have also given the detective that photograph. Of course I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. Not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to hammers. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Why? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't decide if the police will or won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in the meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you? Covered up for you? There must have been a lot running on all the bidwings at the meetings. I'm sure professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I'll back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. We wouldn't do it any if they were stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I had the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. But why? There's a But what? You didn't know that beforehand. Who would think of rehearsing after that? Yeah, I guess. Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue. I was gonna say, hold on. Edgeworth, chime in. Say what I'm about to say, dog. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Thank you! That's exactly what I was saying. Me and Edgeworth are on the same wavelength right now, dog. He understands. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Huh? Exactly! That's sus! Hold up! Miss Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to a defendant? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I'll stand by my statement, however, regarding how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have any explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. The prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. What? Hey, well, the witness will change the testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. How do you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director? I have to find something to peg this honor. Or everything we've done till now will be wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I get the whole testimony now? But that last thing is very important. I knew Hammer was injured, so I left them behind. How did you know? How the frick would she know? Edgeworth help? It's all writing on this. Holy crap. I'll saw an old bag with the security lady when we found the body. Can I just press everything again? Okay, we found it. Okay. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady old bag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action. So I left them behind. Weren't you drove in there? Weren't you fatigued? I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I knew that Hammer was injured. What does this say? What does the car say? Manella used this van to drive to Vasco Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. It doesn't say anything about driving back. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I asked people to file the proceeding. I guess to start pressing again, right? That's all I got. Bro, she is. My god. Dude, she is definitely right now winning the frickin'... What the frick? There we go. Press. Press. What time was that? We're gonna meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so it would say then. I decided to do about 10 minutes before. I wasn't slipping any bodies in. Press harder as usual. Where were you? They weren't there yet. Well, you can put a hammer in the costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not say I was stuffing? Try listening. But boy, the witness will continue. Yes, the assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. His Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says... Didn't no one go to call him? Remember? But what? Dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? Certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around. You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? As you get the defense on this point. Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no, there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at locations. No one noticed he was missing. God. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, complete silence, so we stood there until Powers... Hey Nick, why is everyone so quiet? No, Maya, no. Start pointing the finger. Old bag of the security lady. Why does the security lady think Powers had done it? Said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the steel samurai. Detective arrest Mr. Powers based on... Perhaps not. He must have also given the detective that photograph. Of course I heard all this in the fact. The photograph being the one taken by security camera. I don't know if we're saving the best of knowledge judgment. I don't think there's anything I can use there. You asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out, yes. Everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of this sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in the meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered it for us. We covered it for you. There's been a lot writing on all those bidwigs of the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Back to the trailer to get my script. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't... Yeah, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There's a murder after all. We could think of rehearsing after that. Oh yeah. Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue. We go through this again? I object to the witness's last statement, huh? I think. What that means? We're going through this again? Really? Okay. Order, Mr. Edgeworth. What you just said is reasonable. I understand why you're prosecuting. I appreciate your concerns. Ms. Vasquez, I can't believe Edgeworth's on my side. The prosecution is inclusive of the defense, no matter how. I think you misunderstood me. Very well. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scene, so I left them behind. How would you know? How do you know the man was injured? How do you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something. Believe in you, Nick. Okay, I have to go freaking take a leak, because this is not...